Afternoon, you handsome lot. We've got on the ramp today a little BMW 1 Series of some description. I don't know what year it is, I don't know what chassis it is, but we will find out later throughout the video. Now, this car has been on the channel quite a few times, but we have got, I wasn't going to do a video, but I thought, you know what, let's do a video. A little bit of content for you. We have got, if you haven't noticed already, we've got a DRL fault on this driver side. Now we have, if some of you might have seen it before, but I repaired this headlamp here, where it's happened again. And what happens is the LED is too close to the plastic DRL ring and it melts it and it turns it yellow. I'll show you now. As you can see, it is illuminated, but it is very, very dull. And yes, some of you have probably already noticed I have shaved the beard off. With this heat this last few days, it has absolutely drove me bananas. Give it a couple of weeks and I'll look my age again rather than about 15. But anyway, the last time that I did this job, I sort of struggled and faffed about taking brackets off down here and in a wheel arch. I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to go ahead and take the front bumper off. I think it's going to be easier and quicker, and I can have the headlight actually on my trolley. With the vehicle half raised, now I am doing an oil and filter on this vehicle as well. So when we get the vehicle fully raised in the air, we'll put a little drain underneath and get that oil drained out while we're getting this bumper off. Now, both front wheels off. We're going to undo all the 8 mils on the bottom and the corner of the bumper here, and that should allow us a little bit of access to get inside there. Right, let's put it on. Now, with all the 8 mils removed down here, you probably don't have to. You could just probably pry something in there, but don't. Make it easier for yourself. Just pull that trim back, and then there is a little 8 mil that goes up into the corner by there. Right, now let's go underneath. Now, there is a row of 8 mils that you've got to take off the skirt here, and that should be the bottom of the bumper, all nice and loose. Well, I've told you a little bit of a lie. On the corners here, there is actually 2 bolts, 2 8 mils, and there's a row of T30s. And on this passenger driver side here, there's a master plug for all the electrics on the bumper. Disconnect them. When you work on these cars, right, and they've got all these fancy headlights and stuff like that, you can almost see and understand why these insurance companies write all these cars off. It's just phenomenal, the cost and everything. Like, I bet you if we were to put 2 brand new headlights in this car, it'd probably be not far off. 3 grand. 3 grand. It's just stupid, isn't it? Absolutely stupid. Right, let's go ahead and pull this bumper off. I think we just unclip. We might have something in the middle there, I'm not sure. Nope, it all does look nice and free. We got anything? Nope, we have got 1 sensor for the active grille. There we go. That is 1 sensor unplugged. Well, not sensor, bit of a motor for the active grills. Let's put that bumper now somewhere safe where it's not going to get kicked. Now we have got maximum access. There's a T30 there, T30 there, 1 T30 which is just sticking out there, and then 1 right down the back there which we've got to take out. Now I'll show you the reason why I took this out differently to what I did before. There's a little bracket by here, and I took all that off, and I tell you what, it was a fiddle. It was a fiddle. Just to get this LED module out here. So we're going to get now, I don't know if it's a T20, and get that out. Now, tell me what is wrong with just a normal bulb. All that. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, them three there, that is for the DRL. And if you have a little look, it has melted. And it should be nice and clear, like that one. So we're going to have a little look to see if we can clean that down as best as we can. Now, how I'm going to try and give this a little bit of a clean is one of these. I only have Amazon, it was only cheap. Put a little stone on the end of it. And we're just going to keep working it back and two. A little bit of pressure on it and see if we can get that a little bit cleaner. Obviously, we're not going to get it perfect with a stone, but we have got some little cleaning bits in there that we can try and polish it with. Hopefully. Let's see what happens. Right, well, after about 5-10 minutes of faffing about, we are, I don't know if you can see, will it focus? We are getting somewhere with it. I don't know if you can see. We're slowly making a dent in it. Now remember, don't go too hard with your tool because it is plastic and it will melt. Gently does it. Gently does it. Now while I'm just cleaning this down, it is never ever going to be absolutely perfect. But I can assure you, I'm going to be saving the customer a lot of money, and there's no harm in trying to clean it if we can make it 90% better than what it was. And just going ever so gentle. And we will get it as best as we can. I think if something's broke, if you can try and fix it or repair it, try and fix it and repair it first. It might save you a lot of money. Now I've been doing this now for probably, I'd say, half an hour. You have to be extra careful. Now I'm never going to get it as shiny as that top one because that is factory. But that now, it is better than what it looks on camera, and that's for sure. I think, should we go ahead? Put my camera there. Let's go ahead and plonk this in very quickly. Be careful that you don't break the clips on this LED pack or module or whatever you want to call it. Let's get that plugged in. Just put a screw in it for good measure because we don't want it falling out, do we? Like I said to you, it's never ever going to be perfect, but the light will, or should, work. If you've done everything right, be careful of the headlamp because the last thing you want is that falling on the floor. Get it plugged in, rest it in place, make sure it's not going to fall off. We can go ahead and press a button for the whatever lights come on. Are they on? They're working. How's that? That is pretty much bang on. Now it's never going to be perfect, like I said. Just in the bottom corner here, it is slightly discoloured. But I think going forward, that is repaired. I'm happy with that. Are you lot happy with that? Let me know what you think. Now I think that is a successful Saturday morning. Now I'm going to put the bumper back on, put some masking tape on the wings, so when you're offering it up, you're not catching it and scratching the paint because the last thing you want to go, oh, since you tell me like people, I've got a big scratch and a big dent on my wing. Be careful. Always use a little bit of masking tape or a rag or something like that. Yeah, let's get this bumper back on. Whenever you're fitting body panels back to a vehicle, always be extra careful, and if you can and there's somebody available, always use somebody else to give you a little bit of a lift and a jiggery pokery. Front bumper, kick a block of wood out of the way. Front bumper is now pretty much back on, 90% back on. We've just got the bolts to do at the top. I'm going to get my lovely little receptacle. And while it's up in the air, we're going to get the oil drained out of it. Now on these, there is 2 little inspection covers or flaps that you can just generally pull down and access the sump plug and the oil filter. But personally, I like to take the belly tray off so you can have a little look underneath the vehicle or underneath the engine and make sure that we've got no nasty oil leaks, fuel leaks, coolant leaks or anything like that. Always pull them off. It takes 2 minutes and you can have a good look. Well, I can't believe that. My bloody battery's gone flat on my camera, which is a first. Now, I tell you what, I can't believe how gloomy it is. Now, it is Saturday morning. I think we're going to have a little bit of thunder. You're probably going to be watching this video Sunday morning. Yeah, I hope we have a little bit of thunder because it is awfully muggy, it's sticky. I'll tell you what, it's been horrible. I'm just glad this week I've had a little portable air conditioning machine. So when I'm working at the car, it's blowing a bit of cool air on me. But anyway, remember when I was at Auto Mechanica and I come back and I said that I've seen a toolbox that I want? Well, I have yesterday ordered it. So I'm hoping that next Friday, Thursday, Friday, it turns up. And then next weekend, I'm going to do a little bit of a video building it and swapping everything over, which should make a good video. And I'm sure you lot will like my new toolbox, because I do. Anyway, right, let's get this oil filter in. And there we have it, that car is now back on the floor. I've put all the screws, the T30s back in the top. I'm just going to put some oil in it. And of course, we're using Commer oil. It takes 5.5 litres. So we're going to get this poured in. Now, after I've got the oil in, I'm going to give it a start. I'm going to get the Diag tool. And we're going to just make sure that we've got no fault codes on anything. And also, I just need to reset the service light as well. Everything underneath the bonnet now, engine oil is perfect. I've started up. Now, while it's just settling, we're going to check the level. We're just going to do a high-speed scan. Now, this thing is absolutely rapid. That is done. What we're going to do, make a little report. A lot of intermittent stuff, which we are really not worried about. We can back out, give it a big clear, and that is going to clear all them faults. Now let's move around to the service history of it. Now we have got engine oil and vehicle check. If we come over, press F1, that should, engine oil is being reset. Next oil, come on. We'll reset any second. There we go. And then we've also got the vehicle check, which you can come back now. F5. And that will reset that in a second. Yes, it is linked to the engine oil. There we go. Vehicle check is now done. Where's it? 16,000 miles on engine oil though. Reminds me, I need to get my car in and do an engine oil. Even though it's not dual mileage, it's do it dual months. I like to do it every 12 months or 10,000 miles. And we are pretty much bang on for my own personal vehicle. Anyway, F9, service function finished. And then we can go ahead and record the history to the iDrive. We're going to go multiple items. The only thing with this, I've got to enter the mileage into the Diag tool as kilometres, and then it will transfer it into miles, which I'll fill this in a second for what we've done. Independent, service carried out, engine oil carried out. What did we do? I can never remember. Vehicle check. Vehicle check carried out. Two. Right, I'm just going to put the mileage in now, which I'm going to have to get my phone. Mileage translate it. That now is all entered up correctly. All we've got to do is press right service record, and then that will transfer it. It can take a couple of seconds. It might take even an ignition cycle. Let's turn the ignition off. Service requirements, service history, and there we go. Service 21st to the 6th, 2025, 73,000 miles, engine oil and vehicle check. Job is a good one. And of course, with all that car now finished off, what we're going to be doing is giving it a little bit of a clean down. You're in my way and you're on camera now. You're on camera now.
See you next week.
Hell of a chap. Hell of a chap. Anyway, I have been a little bit cheeky because I've gone in the boot of the car and this customer has got his own cleaning products. As you can tell, he does look after the car. So what we're going to do, just give it a little bit of a squirt and literally just wipe. So I think it's only just some auto glim, quick detail or whatever it is. I'm going to give it a wipe down and get all that grubby little handprints off it. And there we have it with a little bit of magic. That car is now all done. We've given the plastics a little bit of a clean down. Make sure it's looking perfect. There we go. I'm happy with that, and I'm sure the customer is going to be happy with it. We probably saved him quite a lot of money doing that. There we have it. One car finished. And that is it. That is a Saturday shenanigans. I'm happy with the car. Like I said, when I was cleaning that little bit of a lamp down, it is never, ever going to be perfect. But it's 100% better than what it was when it came in this morning. I hope this video, it might help you guys. Might save you a little bit of money. And I can't wait to grow me beard back. And if I'm honest, it's doing me head in now. I wish I'd never have done it. And that is it. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Try and stay dry because I think it's just started raining a little bit here. Have a good weekend. Take it easy. And no doubt I will definitely see you next week at some point. Let's get this in.